Welcome back to Digital Class, and now we're looking at PSLE Last Minute Revision Set Number H. So let's look at our first question here from Nanhua Paper 1, question 26. So here say that 36 is a common multiple of A and B, and B is 7 more than A. What is the value of B? So if you are not a person that is kind of good with the idea of multiple of factors, perhaps you'll be, what are you saying? Is it something that we need to do guess and check to find out? And the first thing that I need to tell you here is if I say 36 is a common multiple of A and B, it actually in a way says that A and B is actually the factors of 36. So in case you don't know what is multiple and what is a factor, factor means that the numbers they build up to become, example, 36. For example, 1 times 36 is 36, right? So 1 and 36 are both factors of 36, okay? So now I know that 36 is a common multiple of A and B. This tells us that A and B is actually a factor of 36. Okay, let me just repeat this. So what is the factors of 36? So what I always recommend you to do is 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and perhaps 6 times 6. Yes, so these are all the factors. And all these things can kind of contribute, because all these things are multiple actually can be 36, right? And now I know A and B is among here, but what I know is B is 7 more than A. So which two number have a difference of 7? And I think kind of obvious, which is 2 and 9. 7, right? And I know 9 is 7 more than 2. So B is what? B is 9. Okay, that's all. We are done. So yeah, simple question. Let's move on to our next question from MGS Paper 1, question 29. Question 29, here say that a table with 4 columns is filled with numbers in a pattern as shown below. In which column will the number 272 appear? Again, you know this is a pattern concept, and you should know this is what we have learned. We call it as grid pattern. And you know that what we always do is that we are supposed to use our targeted number, which is 272, to divide by what I call it as a loyal number. And what do I mean by loyal number? Again, loyal number is that the number and its multiples, just now we learned about multiples, right? Okay, it will be always stay at the same column, which is what I call it as a loyal number. And then let's just list down the number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Now, which number and its multiple will always stay at the same column? Is it 3? 3, 6, 9 mean they have been separated? No. How about 4? 4, 8, 12, 16, they are like going round and round, so no. 5, 10, 15, no. 6, 12, no. 7, 14, 21, no. How about 8? 8, 16, 24. So as you can see, 8 is a loyal number because its number and its multiple stay at same column, which is column number C. So again, remember the rules here. Targeted number divide by the loyal number. So 272 is supposed to divide by 8. So 8 times 3, 24. 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Okay? There's no remainder. What we learn is always a remainder will help us direct whether it's column A, B, or C, or D, right? And how about no remainder? Again, when there's no remainder, this basically just telling you that will be at column C, which is the number where 8 is, which is column C. Okay, that's why the answer is just column C. And you are done. Okay. Yes. Let's move on to our next question, which is from Nanhua paper 2, question 2. Now, here says that Jane spent 3 out of 5 of her money on a pair of shoes. So, again, let me just draw 5 units here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 3 out of this 5 is spent on a pair of shoes. She then spent $5 more than 1 out of 4 of the remainder. So now let's try to look at this one first. 1 out of 4 of the remainder. The remainder only have 2 leh, but here tell you 4 leh. So what are you supposed to do? Yes, cut into 2. So cut. So 1 out of 4 of this is on dress. But don't forget they use the word 5 more. So it means that dress is like 1 and extra 5 more. Okay, so this is on dress. Okay, now the question says what? The dress costs $35. Means that this part is 35. Okay, if this part is 35, the whole thing here is 35, here is 5, then what is here? What is this yellow color part? This yellow color part will be what? 30 lor. Correct. Means that each of these units are actually what? 30. So how many units do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10. So 30 times 10 is what? 300. So it means that at first she actually has $300. Okay, simple. And let's move on to our next question, which is from MGS paper 2, question 12. Okay, so let's look at this question. So Ray and Jane took part in a 14 km race. So if you know it's a race, means that they start at the same time and either one of them reach the end first, right? Or the finishing point first. So just imagine this is a race. I know here to here is the whole thing is 14 km long. Both of them started running at the same time, yes. R, or the Ray, arrived at the finishing point 10 minutes before Jane. Means that she arrived first, right? Then J takes 10 minutes to arrive later. Okay? And Jane's actually 1.75 km behind her. So here is actually 1.75 km. Meaning they are 1.75 km apart. Jane did not change her speed throughout the race, and Jane completed here when it's 10:15. What time did both of them started running? Okay, so the first thing probably is good for us to find out is that okay, let's change the km to meter first. So 14 km is 14000 meter. 1.75 km, okay, let's just write it. 1.75 km is 1750 meter. Now Jane can travel this 1750 meter in 10 minutes. So that means I can find Jane's speed, right? Teacher, why? Again, remember this golden triangle. Don't say that. So speed is distance divided by time. Distance is 1750. Time is 10 minutes. Means that Jane's speed is actually 175 meter per minute. Okay. Now, what I found out is Jane's speed is 175 meter per minute. And I know the distance she needs to travel is what? 14000 meter. So, with distance and with speed, I actually can find out the duration, the time they actually, the duration that she actually takes to run the whole race. So duration, Jane's duration or time is distance 14000 divided by speed 175 and I know it's actually 80. So means that James takes 80 minutes to run everything, and she reach and complete the race at 10:50. So how about 80 minutes before 10:15? This is the time that started, right? I mean, if you can just count 80 minutes, which 1 hour and 20 minutes before 10:15, and that should gives you 8:55. Means that what time did they start? 8:55. Okay, I think this is something that is not very difficult, but again, it's worth for you to think about it and try to do it slowly a bit. Okay, don't make any careless mistake here. Now, part B. What was race average speed for the race in meter per minute? So I think we kind of know, again, distance, speed, time, right? We are looking for speed, means we need to know the distance and time. Distance, we know is 14000. But what is time? James take 80 minutes to travel. And don't forget, Ray finished 10 minutes before Jane. So it means that Ray's time or duration is actually 80 minus 10, right? Means 70 minutes. And the distance is 14000. So Ray's speed will be equivalent to distance 14000 divided by the time 70, which is 200 meter per minute. Yes, and that will be Ray's actually speed. Okay. So far so good. Is it very difficult? I think it's still okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question. And perhaps this question will be slightly more difficult, I guess. I don't think this question is that difficult, but I don't know why when I look at this question, that is the way that I solve it. Might be a bit scary, but maybe not. But let's try to learn, okay? If you have any better way of solving, feel free to comment and share with us so that we can learn from each other, okay? But this is just what I thought of when I look at this question, okay? So at a talent show, 23 participants invited either 1, 2, or 3 guests. The number of participants who invited 1 guest to those who invited 2 guests was 2 to 1. There were 44 guests altogether, and find the number of participants who invited 3 guests. This is what I thought of. I put 1 guest, I put 2 guests, put 3 guests, and I have total. So, number of participants and the value. So basically, I treat it as a number and value concept lah. Okay. So number of participants, I know that the people who invited 1 guest to 2 guests is 2 to 1. So I know that this will be 2 unit. This will be 1 unit. And I know the total participants I have is 23 from here. Okay, 23. Now, there were 44 guests altogether. So there are 2U invited 1 guest. So the value will be 1, 2, 3 lah, okay? Because 1, 2, 3, right? 1 guest, 2 guests, 3 guests. So here will be 2U of guests coming here. There will be 2U of guests coming here. And here I will be not really sure, but I know there's 44 here. So again, this is the part where we need to kind of try to solve it. What I know is 23 minus 2 minus 1 will be here. What I know is 44 minus 22 minus 22 will be here. So what I can try to do is, because this plus this is equal to this one, right? So I can say that here is actually 23 minus 2u, 1u means 3u, right? Here will be actually 44 minus 2u, 2u means 4u, right? And this times 3 equal to this. Maybe slightly confusing. Yes, let me just try this out. Okay, so this multiplied by 3 equal to this. So 23 minus 3u, and this whole thing I times 3 should give me 69 minus 9u. And I know that this and this are supposed to be the same. So 69 minus 9u equal to 44 minus 4u. So let me move minus 9u to that side, move 44 to this side. So 69 minus 44 minus 9u, move that side will become 9u minus 4u. So 69 minus 44 is 25. 9u minus 4u is 5u. So 1u is equal to 5. Okay? Yeah, and now find the number of participants who invited 3 guests. I think it's kind of easy to find out. Number of participants that invited 3 guests is 23 minus 3u. So it's 23 minus 3 times 5. 23 minus 15. And there's 8. And you're done. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say now, okay? Let me just quickly repeat this again, just in case you don't get it. How do I get this? It's because 2 plus 1 is 3u, right? So 3u plus a number here will give you 23. So if I don't know what is here, I'll basically say 23 minus 3u will be here. And I know this times 3 will be here. And this times 3 actually gives you what? 69 minus 9u. That's why I say this and this actually supposed to be the same. Then I put them in the equation and solve it and find out 1 unit actually is equal to 5. Okay, this is what I thought of when I look at this question, but yeah, you can use your own way if you found a better way to solve this question. Okay, let's look at our last question for this worksheet, and this will be question from Nanhua paper 2, question 17. And yeah, I actually feel that this question is actually not a very difficult question, but it's a very interesting and nice question to try out. So let me just write down the question first so that I don't need to scroll up and down. Okay, let's look at this question together. Now, the figure is made out of 2 rectangles, as you can see, A, B, F, G, and B, C, E, F. HXF, HXF, and BDX are triangles. The perimeter of rectangle, okay, the keyword here, ACEG is 90 cm. So ACEG, the whole thing here is 90 cm. The ratio of AG to AC is 4 to 5. So it means that AG means here, right? AC means here, right? It's actually 4 unit, 5 unit. And another keyword here, X is the midpoint of BF. X is the midpoint of BF. Oh, this basically means that this is actually half. This is actually half, correct? Okay. Now, next part. Find the length of AG. Okay, so I mean, if I know here is 5u, then here definitely will be 5u, lor. And here definitely will be 4u, right? Because it's a rectangle, right? So 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4. So 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4. It will be 18. And there will be 18 unit. And the perimeter is what? 19. Means that 1u is equal to 90 cm divided by 18 unit, which is equivalent to 5. Okay, I think that makes sense, right? So AG means what? AG means 4 unit. 4 unit means 20 cm. And you are done. Okay, so this is 20 cm. Okay, let's try to find out what is this. 5u basically means 25 cm, right? So 25 cm. Okay, so I think let's move on to next part. Now, B, find the area of the shaded part. Now I need to find the area of this shaded part. And I think this actually kind of challenge your knowledge about properties of triangle. And remember, properties of triangle remind us that as long as the base and height are the same, no matter how weird the triangle looks like, they are the same. Now look at here. The first thing you should remember is that this is bx, this length, and xf. They are actually the same length. Means that hxf, this triangle, I actually can just do it like this. Now, example, this shaded part, I move it to be like this. Is this still the same thing? This shaded part, okay, this shaded part and this yellow color part is actually the same thing. Why? Because they share the same base and the height, this part, right? Same height. Okay? And remember, this is base, this is height, this is triangle. So it's actually half of this part. Okay? And look at here, look at this shaded part now. BXD. This is actually a triangle, as mentioned here. And this is actually also half of this whole rectangle here. And perhaps this and this is actually half. So in simple, let me just recolor this. Let me just recolor this. This basically tells us that these two shaded part actually can just be something like this. Let me just quickly write this. It can be something like this. Here and here. And what does this tell us? This shaded part is actually, this part is actually half of the whole rectangle, like half. And this shaded part is actually half of this half. Okay? Half of this half. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Again, this is ACEG. Okay? Now we are focusing on the upper part, right? This is half. So this is half. And this part, something like example this part is half of the triangle. This is actually also half the triangle. Means that the shaded part is half of this on top part. That's why half of the half. Okay? So half of the whole triangle, which is what? 20 times 25. 20 length and the width here. That's why the answer is what? 125. And the answer is 125 cm squared. Yes, and we are done. Okay, again, this is challenging your knowledge on the properties of triangle. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, perhaps you need to quickly do revision on the properties of triangle. Okay, yes, and we are done with another set of our last minute revision, and this is set number H. And I hope you really learned something throughout these few sets, and we shall move on to the next set I, in the next video. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.